Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now getting closer to the middle of June of 2022, and we only have 2 remaining episodes of the Kenobi TV show that a lot of fans are really anticipating to see exactly how writer Joby Harold and director Deborah Chow end the series, and how it's really all going to lead to other spin-off shows and more to come for the Disney Star Wars universe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing that a lot of fans have been very excited about has a lot to do with the fact that Disney CEO Bob Chapek, he's been making a lot of changes behind the scenes over at Disney and Lucasfilm to really ensure the fans that everything related to Star Wars moving forward with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni attached to it is going to be purely out of passion and really reviving a lot of Star Wars Legends material and really going back down to the roots of Star Wars, back to the vision of George Lucas. And at the end of the day, that's all the fans really want to see, right? You know, when you think about it like that, all the fans want to see is exactly how they can really make Star Wars back to its true self again under Disney's wing. Now, with that being said, however, with the Kenobi series, it's been a very mixed bag. There's no doubt about it that a lot of fans out there have been expressing different opinions about the show. The last episode, I will be very honest with you guys, it probably was one of the most upsetting episodes to me for the series so far, only because, number one, it was very short. It was literally 35 minutes, if that. And number two, with it being 35 minutes, we didn't really get all that much happening, of course, with the characters of Kenobi and Vader and others in there. So I think that obviously with 5 and 6 on the horizon, they really have to really bring things up to speed. Now, with that being said, however, alright, what's even all the more intriguing is exactly what's happening with the Kenobi series as we speak. Now, with both Disney and Lucasfilm focused on their new Star Wars universe, creators Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are actively developing their new Star Wars TV shows and movies for Disney that are set to launch brand new eras of the Star Wars universe. Now, it's described, however, that currently Disney CEO Bob Chapek is already pre-planning a Season 2 or extended episodes of the Kenobi series to be developed with Jon and Dave Filoni getting involved with the projects moving forward in order to improve the story. However, as of late, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy is looking to cancel the Kenobi series altogether and is trying to convince Disney to cancel the series and not move forward with new episodes of a brand new season at all. Now, this is described to be all due to the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is trying to save any project that she initially had worked on, such as the Kenobi series, and how it had some portions of the Kenobi movie script inserted into the story that was handled by Kennedy, and she does not want any other creators taking care of what she had supervised. Now, Kathleen Kennedy's plan to cancel the Kenobi series is to convince Disney's executives in an upcoming meeting that she is about to have with them by the end of this month. Kennedy is described to also be very happy with how the current season happened, and does not want anybody else taking over the writing. Writer Joby Harold, however, is unlikely to return for future Kenobi installments, as Bob Chapek wants nothing to do with him anymore and is going to replace him with other writers and Favreau and Filoni as co-writers for the new episodes of the entire new season of the actual series. Now, let me just stop right here for a second. I don't know about you guys, but Favreau and Filoni should have been attached to this from the very beginning. The reason why they weren't, and I think that's the main reason here why this show is a very mixed bag, is because Favreau and Filoni were not really involved at all. Sure, they called a couple of shots here and there with the lore, but they didn't really write anything. Let's just be clear about that. Jon and Dave did not write anything in the script for the Kenobi series. But, alright, this is where things begin to really get interesting, is that they will be attached as co-writers in new episodes or the new season entirely of the Kenobi series. Something that Kathleen Kennedy is trying to sabotage and put an end to for obvious reasons. Now, given that, of course, Joby Harold is not coming back, Bob Chapek is letting him go, he doesn't want anything to do with him in future installments of the Kenobi series. I mean, Joby Harold literally made the biggest mistake, and I'll get into that in just a second, but he doesn't really seem to know the Star Wars lore, and he never really watched Revenge of the Sith, and the biggest thing that he really missed was that Kenobi actually knew that Anakin was Vader. In the show, they make it like Kenobi never knew that Anakin was Vader. And that's the biggest, argument right now that's been circling around the internet, is how Joby Harold missed out on such a key scene where Kenobi sees the hologram of Anakin Skywalker kneeling before Palpatine, where Palpatine calls him Darth Vader. So I don't understand how, you could miss something so crucial like that in Revenge of the Sith. Well, the answer is that he never watched that movie. It's true. So, moving from all of that, this is also described to be a brand new direction that Chapek is trying to make with the Kenobi series in order to make it up to the fandom of what happened with the current episodes. They are looking to make new episodes a higher budget with longer running time for the fans to enjoy. Kathleen Kennedy, however, does not want any of this to happen and is already trying to convince Disney's executives to mainly focus on High Republic TV shows and material. Now, Disney, however, is ignoring Kathleen Kennedy's requests so far and believes that they can restore the Kenobi series moving ahead with new episodes and a brand new approach. Kennedy also believes that canceling Kenobi is something that would best serve the fandom, since she believes that this character is not worth exploring anymore and will only ruin future Star Wars lore. Bob Chapek is said to be very angry with writer Joby Harold and his poor writing decisions in the Kenobi series. Now, Bob Chapek is already moving forward with firing the Kenobi series writer and letting him go from future Star Wars episodes and projects at that in the process of bringing in John and Dave on board on the new episodes and the entire new season that is all set and ready to debut in 2024. Now, Joby Harold made some very big key mistakes that the fans have been very unhappy with, and so is Chapek. Now, let me just say one thing about all of this, is that the Kenobi series, I think the biggest mistake that they did, and some of you are going to probably disagree with me on this, but the biggest mistake that they did was making this into a TV show. First things first, I think that keeping it as a movie would have been better. Number one, it would have had a higher budget, it would have made a lot more money, it would have been technically longer with more plot involved. I feel like whenever you have a TV show, let's just put it this way, whenever you have a TV show, it gives the writers the opportunity to just throw in a lot of filler. And that's what we tend to see with the middle point or a little after the middle point of these Star Wars shows. Now, Episode 4, to me, I don't know about you guys, but a large amount of it, to me, felt like filler. That's just my take on things. A lot of it felt like filler, where the plot didn't really move forward progressively. I think that what they should have done, they should have focused more on, Vader and his feelings about Kenobi and his feelings about Vader, and moving forward with the whole Leia kidnapping situation. I think it's getting just a little bit old there, of how she got kidnapped twice already now. So I think that became a little bit redundant, but overall, this is a good move by Chapek. The fact that he's letting go of Joby Harold, the fact that they are moving forward with new episodes, and Kathleen Kennedy's trying to sabotage that, and Disney is not having it. They're not listening to her. They don't want to hear from her. So I still hold out hope for the Kenobi series to actually improve. So far, I think that it has its moments. That's what it's like with the Kenobi series. Again, this is not a Favreau and Filoni project, so it's something that does feel a little off in comparison to what the Mandalorian success was, what, of course, the Ahsoka series is going to be like as well. I mean, John and Dave, to me, I think are key. Now, sure, the Book of Boba Fett was off, but let's not forget that Robert Rodriguez was an executive producer. He had called the shots and a lot of plot elements in there. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.